What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Brainwaves. Let's get to work. It's a lot going on here in the world. You know, the scripture talks about labor pains, the frequency, increasing of storms and earthquakes. And so we had an earthquake that just took place in the Pacific Islands. We're going to take a look at all of this. Now, all of this comes right on top of what just took place in California. And mind you, all of this took place within 2 days. We also have a rare tornado that has never taken place in San Francisco. It's a lot going on. So let's go ahead and look at the footage. Y'all need to see it. You're hearing it reported pretty much first in terms of these particular set of content creators. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at it.
The road connecting the town of Port Vila to the wharf is blocked by a number of serious landslides. There's a large amount of very large rocks in place. That's going to stop any traffic to and from the area where the ships unload, which is going to create some real problems for us in the days ahead. It's a stronger quake than I've ever experienced in my 21 years living in Vanuatu, and I've seen quite a few large ones. My wife said it was the largest one she had seen in her life. She, of course, is born in Vanuatu. So we got the kids out of the house. We remained safe, but there is substantial damage around town. We've got a building that has pancaked, that's collapsed down in the center of town. I don't have any news about the number of casualties from there. I did speak with a police officer at the gate of Villa Central Hospital. He told me that there was one confirmed fatality, and I saw for myself a mass casualty treatment center being set up outside the emergency ward of the hospital. I saw multiple people with serious injuries there, some of them screaming in pain.
I mean, I got some more footage to show y'all. What's going on, Joyce? Yeah, all is well. Let's take a look at what actually the footage looked like. Mind you, this is 2 days off of the California earthquake. Let's go. Wow, y'all. Global news. This is global news. Who's reporting all of this stuff going on globally? Not many. Not many saying and tying in what's going on around the world. You wonder why my numbers are being censored right now when it comes to my live stream. You wonder why nobody's here. Nobody's getting a notification. Crazy, man. 2 days. It was December the 15th when the California earthquakes took place. Mind you, there's a full moon too. Mind you, there's a full moon on the 15th. We're still in that full moon energy. Look at all this craziness going on. But everybody talking about drones and aliens. But nobody's talking about what's happening on the ground. They're talking about what's happening in the air. Who cares about what's happening in the air? Let's focus on what's happening on the ground. We dealing with the ground right now. Ain't nothing we can do about what's up in the air, but we can deal with what's on the ground. Come on now. I want y'all to see this is a real thing.
For more stories like these, be sure to subscribe to the New York Post right here on YouTube.
All right, and then we're gonna see the same thing that you already know. Okay, cool. Then you got to see the same thing that y'all already know about this, but let me just add it real quick.
A powerful earthquake has hit California, prompting tsunami warnings and mass evacuations across the state. The magnitude 7 quake struck just before 11 a.m. local time and brought significant aftershocks in its wake. Our US correspondent Catherine Firkin has more.
It was enough to send surfers running from the shores and evacuate students from their classrooms. A magnitude 7 quake striking California's north.
I feel it. Oh my God.
Catching everyone off guard.
If you were up in Northern California, you definitely felt it, and you definitely experienced some damage from that earthquake.
It hit mid-morning. Its effects felt along a 400-kilometre stretch from southwest of Eureka as far as San Francisco. It prompted a rare tsunami warning affecting at least 5.3 million people.
Listen to this. You are in danger. This is the emergency alert that went out. You are in danger. Get away from coastal waters. Move to high ground or inland now. Keep away from the coast until local officials say it is safe to return.
Let me say something real quick. Y'all know that God's number is 7, right? You got 2 7 magnitude earthquakes, one in California and one in Vanuatu in the Pacific Islands. Okay, is there another place that's going to get struck with another 7.0 or higher earthquake? Come on now, let's go.
Those warnings were eventually lifted, but authorities say the state remains on high alert.
I just signed off on a state of emergency declaration that will allow us to provide more resources.
Catherine Firkin for 10 News First.
I'm telling you, man. And then on top of all of this, let's just take a look at what's been going on, right? Let's look at this, okay? This is also more rare stuff. All of this going on at once. Let's go.
Moving now to San Francisco, which is cleaning up and drying out from that fierce storm. It moved, leaving behind lots of damage. There you see ABC 7 News reporter Cornell Bernard live for us in Golden Gate Park, where you see that huge tree behind you. Big cleanup ahead, Cornell.
Yeah, for sure, Dion. That storm definitely leaving its mark here in San Francisco. As you pointed out, check this out. Giant eucalyptus that has been toppled here on JFK Drive. Now, just the roots of this tree are about 10 feet tall. There are more to the east and more trees just down the road which have fallen. A big cleanup is happening right now across San Francisco, and some neighbors say the winds were so strong overnight, it certainly felt like a tornado.
But it was the scariest sound I've ever heard. Like this loud roar is the best way to describe it.
Carmen Marin woke up to heavy rain and strong winds outside her family's Folsom Street home in the Mission, and then a crash.
And then we came out and we saw both of the trees down, and then unfortunately our car was in the way.
The family car was totaled by the large trees. Other cars on Folsom Street were crushed too.
And then when I finally looked at the app to see what that message was, it said tornado warning.
Thousands of people in San Francisco and Daly City got this tornado alert early Saturday on their phones. It expired a short time later, but many swear it felt like a twister moving through.
We heard a swirling like this going around and around. It was like it came all the way through like that.
Like a tornado?
It was a tornado.
I mean, it's a tornado warning, which confused me because I'm like, tornadoes are like in Kansas and stuff. And so I thought it was an earthquake because it was the house was shaking.
A toppled tree took out Alex's front window. The fierce winds left a trail of debris through many parts of the city. Department of Public Works crews on cleanup duty.
We're trying our best to get it together and make sure everyone is safe and we're safe, and you know, it's a mess everywhere. Every street, every other street, trees are falling, just a mess.
Across town, large trees fell on Fulton Street, the cleanup lasting for hours here. And in Golden Gate Park, several giant eucalyptus trees came down on JFK Drive and Chain of Lakes Drive east. On DuBose and Mission, this tree also toppled. The San Francisco Fire Department says it got more than 100 calls about the storm.
As it relates to the damage that we're seeing here in San Francisco, we're seeing it spread throughout San Francisco. We're seeing a lot of it in the avenues, Mission District, downtown San Francisco. Nobody has been immune to the effects of this storm in San Francisco.
Yeah, and the cleanup continues. San Francisco Fire Department says the good news, no injuries. were reported this morning. The National Weather Service says there is no confirmation that a tornado touched down in San Francisco. That agency is still investigating the incident. Live in San Francisco, Cornell Bernard, ABC 7 News.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. We're gonna look at another video. We actually could look at the footage of the actual tornado. That's what we're gonna see. Again, a rare tornado in San Francisco. Let's go.
You don't know where Scotts Valley is. It's right here. It's just right under San Jose and around that Santa Cruz area. So this area was under a severe thunderstorm warning a little bit earlier before that tornado hits. The National Weather Service is still investigating it, but they did release some preliminary information, and they are calling this an EF1 tornado. And there was just enough instability in the air and warm weather as well, and also some moisture to create this tornado. They had some winds peaking up to 90 miles per hour at times. And get this, it's the first time ever that San Francisco was under a tornado warning. Check out this video from eyewitnesses captured today.
Did you hear what she said? The first time ever. Let me back this up.
And get this, it's the first time ever that San Francisco was under a tornado warning. And get this, it's the first time ever that San Francisco was under a tornado warning. And get this, it's the first time ever that San Francisco was under a tornado warning.
First time ever. Let's go.
Check out this video from eyewitnesses captured today.
Let's go home. Let's go home.
Dramatic new videos capturing the apparent tornado in Scotts Valley and Santa Cruz County. This funnel cloud seen from afar and up close. The wind so powerful, debris seen flying in the air. This video showing the scary scene unfold in a shopping center parking lot. Eyewitnesses sharing what they saw.
Stoplights rip off.
We saw
sparks.
We saw that white car over there
Started going
into the air about 15 feet.
Cars seen toppled over right near that shopping center. All of this happening as other parts of the state got rain and snow.
So let me explain this. You see what's happening in California, and yet you got content creators that wanted to talk about Florida when a hurricane came through. But California is getting earthquakes, they're getting tornadoes, they're getting snow. Seems like they're getting everything in California. Where are these content creators who's talking about God is judging the state? God is judging the state. If that is the case, then how come they're silent about what's happening in California? They want you to focus on the distraction of the drones and aliens, and they're going with narratives that they actually know nothing about. Many of these people that's covering these stories don't even live in these areas, don't even actually have verifiable contact information for people in those areas. And sure, they're showing videos that are circulating on social media, but again, they don't have actual physical proof. Let's go.
Including the Sierras. And strong winds battered San Francisco after the city got its first ever tornado warning. In Scotts Valley, police say several people were injured by today's apparent tornado, some of them taken to trauma centers.
The community jumped in to help pretty immediately, which is great.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
So, you know, I'm just saying, this is a real situation here. And I wanted to comment on it. What do y'all think is going on? The fact that within 2 days, we have 2 7-point whatever magnitude earthquakes, one in California, one in the Pacific Islands. We've got this crazy weather with this crazy snow, and we've got the crazy storms, first ever tornadoes, and all this stuff going on. Nobody's paying attention to it. Nobody's really talking about it. No one's connecting the dots if they are speaking on it. They're speaking on it in isolation. What do you think is actually going on? Come on now. A lot more is going on than we realize. A lot of this is playing according to scripture, and there's a lot more that's going on. So with that being said, if I got more people that show up in the live chat and want to pay attention to what I'm talking about, I'll cover this stuff in more detail. But I broke it to you all first in terms of connecting the dots with all of this. Many people don't even know about the earthquake in Vanuatu in the Pacific Islands. Some people do, Some people don't. It's not a lot of information about it. But hey, you've seen the footage. I showed it to you all. And it's a real thing. And they both got 7.0 magnitudes. You know, God's number is 7. That's 2 earthquakes, one in California, one here. I told y'all, 2025 is the year of the shake up, break up, wake up, and make up. That's what's going to take place. You hear anybody else say that, they stole it from me. If they don't give me credit, they don't shout me out for coming up with it. If they talking about 2025 is the year of the shake up, break up, wake up, and make up. Yeah, man, they got it from me. A lot is happening. And these things I actually thought was going to take place in 2025. The Most High has already showed me a lot of these things. Yet it's taking place now in 2024. Back to back to back. So what do you think is going to happen in 2025? If we got so-called aliens here, drones, the government, whatever you want to call it, these crazy first ever tornadoes is going to be first ever other things. We've got these crazy ice and snowstorms, earthquakes all over across the planet. We had a cyclone also overseas the other day. I didn't even mention that. We had a cyclone too. The same time that we had that tornado in San Francisco, there was a cyclone overseas. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Look at this. Look at this. Let me show y'all this real quick. Let me get this on the screen. Y'all think I'm playing around with this. All this stuff is taking place at one time. What do you think is going on? Seriously, what do y'all think is going on? Take a look at this. A cyclone. It unalived 34 people in Mozambique. Stuff is happening around the world. You can see that this was reported, like updated today at 12:28 p.m. Y'all see this? Ain't nobody making this up. So we got cyclones, tornadoes, earthquakes, all this stuff happening according to scripture. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody's commenting on it. Huh? Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. So quiet. It's so quiet in the YouTube streets. We're having the labor pains like Matthew 24:8 talks about. I'm telling you, y'all gonna see a lot more. A lot is going on. We're having the same type of situations take place in different areas across the world, not just in the country. And nobody's connecting the dots but me. Nobody's talking about this but me. Everybody's talking about drones and talking about celebrity gossip, and they talking about this. All those things are distractions. It's all good. Y'all know what it is. I brought it first. I broke it first in terms of connecting the dots. We'll see who picks up the ball. We'll see who comments on it. We'll see who talks about it. We'll see who ignores it. With that being said, I broke it to y'all. Since hardly nobody's here, it is what it is. So I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.